Are you still losing money as a trader and you felt like you've tried absolutely everything, but you still cannot make it work? And you've probably been trying this for quite a long time now and it's getting really painful. Well, you need to stop listening to traditional trading psychologists, because what they're going to tell you is don't overtrade, don't risk too much, don't revenge trade. But you're still doing the same mistakes that you've been doing for quite a long time. You might be somebody that cannot focus long enough to make the trading consistent. You cannot focus on a trading strategy long enough before you change that strategy and move on to the next shiny object. Well, as I said, I've been coaching traders for so long now that I know exactly the personality styles that make consistently profitable traders. You've tried multiple different trading strategies. You trade multiple techniques that the trading gurus are telling you, probably traditional trading psychologists that actually don't trade the markets themselves and understand the pain that you're going through, and it's still not working. You've probably been trying to do this for quite a while and trading just isn't working for you. Well, I am on a mission to turn this around for the 70% of traders that the brokers highlight on their websites that lose money. And we need to take a deeper dive into why most people, most traders lose money. And it's not about the trading strategy. I don't believe that, or the system that you're particularly using. It goes much deeper than that. And if you don't go deeper than that, you will always lose money as a trader. And I'm on a mission to help you, to help as many people change their trading around to become consistently profitable traders and do really well out of this. Because as you see from your charts, it looks really easy, but why can't you still do this? Why can't you still be consistent? So I want to help you. We're going to dive into a bit of a lesson now. We're not going to look at the charts because you've done that and tried that so many times before. We're going to take a little bit of a deeper dive into this and see if we can learn something about your own trading style. Okay, so over the years, I've been coaching people since 2008. I've been fascinated in performance, okay, whether it came from professional football, whatever sport you may well be in, but trading is all about performance. Of course, I'm fascinated in the human behavior of different types of personalities, as well as the dopamine I've spoken about, and that impact on traders, which is quite harming. You need to learn how to control your dopamine levels. However, if you're someone that's very outgoing, you're someone that's a social animal, and you're just very optimistic, then if you're this type of trader, then you really do need to listen to this. If you struggle with focusing, then you really do need to understand what is going on here. And there's 4 different types of personality types that we look at here at Trading College. One of them being an I-type personality. Now, there are scales from 0 to 100%. And of course, you cannot be 100% a certain personality type like I here, because it would be off the scale. We don't see that at all when we're doing profiles on traders. We're very much seeing that you might be 60% I, 40% D. But if you're an I type personality, you struggle with focus and you struggle with attention. So I's, they're very enthusiastic people. They like the big picture, people orientated. A lot of people in trading are not I personalities. They're C, they're analytical, they're detailed. They like charts, they like numbers, they like data. They like working out the risk reward parameters. They like all facts. And I'm going to do a video about C type personalities soon, because the majority of traders are C-type personalities, but they still struggle with finding the holy grail, and they're looking too much for perfection. All right, but we're not talking about them now. We're talking about I-type personalities. So if you're somebody that's struggling completely to focus on it, or you're jumping from strategy to strategy, this is you here, the I-type personality. You're always looking for shiny objects, the next best trading strategy. You can't stick to one trading system. You probably, are all over YouTube, probably watching this video on YouTube. You like tips, you're in social WhatsApp, and you're just following trade signals and you're looking for that dopamine fix, okay, and you get very impulsive as a trader. You don't follow any trade strategy, you just put the trades on because you get bored. As soon as you open your trading screens, you're looking to place a trade. You don't worry about your trade strategy, your edge, you're just placing that trade. It might be a winner, it makes you feel good. It might be a loser, it makes you feel bad. But you don't really have any clear trading strategy, okay? You just get bored because you like the excitement. Now, of course, you're chasing dopamine all the time here. Now, what I would say, guys, is if you're someone like this, and you probably know type personalities because you'll hear them when they come into a room, and they're probably the life and soul of a party. I would move up time frames, like go up to a 1 hour time frame and slow it down a little bit. I know people say play to your strengths, but if it's not working off a 1 and 2 minute chart, then you need to slow it down, move up to bigger time frames. You really want to get that dopamine fix from an I-type personality outside of trading, all right? It needs to be exercise or whatever you do outside of trading. It's not trading that's going to give you this fix as your type of personality if you're an I style. So I want you to go up for bigger time frames, daily or 1 hour or even weekly time frames to make money, because obviously the smaller time frames are not making money at the moment. You want to look for good, strong trends, okay? It doesn't matter what markets, whether it's you're trading FX or whether you're trading stocks or commodities or whatever, but you want to be looking at trend trading. Maybe look for pullbacks, maximum risk on trades, up to 1% really, no more than that. Because if you're going to do a risk on a trade, so you're loading your position, you're doing bigger position size, you take a big loss on a trade, you are going to get down more than any other personality style. It's really going to affect you personally. If you make lots of money because you over risk and bigger position, you're going to absolutely love that, okay? You're only going to give it back in the next few trading sessions though. Make sure you reduce the amount of markets that you're trading, okay? Have your watch list like no more than 3 markets to trade, because as an I personality and somebody who struggles to focus and maybe have ADHD issues as well, then the more markets you've got, the more you're going to chop and change from market to market in your trading session, and you're going to miss trades, all right? Now, that will make you, that will give you energy chopping and changing. You'll like that, but you'll also get very down when you miss trade signals. So focusing on just a few tickers, a few markets, will get you basically focused on and don't miss many of the trade strategies or signals, all right? So always make sure you're looking at multiple time frames as well. 1 time frame is going to bore you. 2 time frames is going to be ideal for you. And as you get better as a trader, then multiple time frames after that. Trading environment is really important, I feel. And let's go back to accountability, okay? Have a checklist. Have just a sticky note paper, put it on your monitor with your rules to place in the trade. Don't make multiple rules. Only have 5 trading rules for each for your strategy. I.e., when this happens, do this. When this happens, do this. When this happens, do this. Don't have 10 trading rules written down, because it is going to confuse you. It would reduce your motivation, and you're not going to enjoy that. But certainly do have a checklist if you're that type of trader, and plan your trades out on that 1 hour and daily time frame. All right, so make sure that your environment, you declutter everything, okay? Make sure your trading desk here, your trading environment is decluttered. Make sure it's nice and tidy. You will enjoy doing that. You might procrastinate before you do that for quite a while, but make a time in your diary to clean your area up here, because as an I-type personality, you're going to get distracted even by, some written down, I don't know, to-do list or your phone or your whatever is around your gadget, okay? So make sure you declutter this. Have a bare minimum for you, all right? So you just focus on that trading. All right, so Use alerts as well. That's a good idea. Get your trading chart package and strategy to send you alerts. That's going to kick in that dopamine for you. You're going to enjoy having that. But hopefully you're going to become more structured when it comes to trading the markets. And, if you have a losing trade, what I don't want you to do is jump to another trade strategy. I want you to do the 20 trade challenge, where you have a trade strategy, have these 3 markets, and what you do then, guys, is do your best at following that trade strategy, okay, for 20 trades, and then get some data. However, I don't want you to just say, right, I'm going to do 20 trades now, and whatever time frame, over a period of time frame that is what I'm going to do. Because the reason for the I-type personalities and people with ADHD, 20 trades is so long. 20 trades is so far away that it is going to demotivate you. What I want you to do is, if you are sort of trading off 1 hour and shorter term time frame charts, I want you to take it in blocks. So I want you to do 1 day's trading today. Today, I want you to follow your trade strategy, and your goal is to do it for 1 block, 1 day. All right, not for 30 days, 20 days, or a week to start with. But I want you to trade in blocks, and your first block is 1 day. Once you've achieved 1 day to follow your trading strategy, pat yourself on the back and look at the trade results and tick the box. Did you follow your trade strategy? Reduce your time in the markets. Maybe only do 1 hour, 2 hour in the morning, all right? Because if you're someone with an I-type personality, you're going to overtrade. You're going to do multiple trades, and often just for that dopamine fix, and that's not going to be really good for you, okay? So once you've achieved that first block, what I want you to do then is have a 2-day block. So that will be Tuesday and Wednesday. Forget now Monday. All you're trying to achieve is just these 2 days. So Tuesday, I'm coming into the market. I'm going to follow my trading strategy today. It's Tuesday. I've got 2 days to do this, to not conquer, that's the wrong word, but you've got 2 days to achieve a 2-day block. I want you to go Tuesday and Wednesday. All right, so tick the box Tuesday, you followed your strategy. Tick the box Wednesday if you followed your strategy. If you didn't follow your strategy on Tuesday, cross in the box, okay? Put yourself a little spreadsheet. I do this with my students, so they make sure they're following their blocks. On Thursday, then I want you to do the same. I want you to have a 1-day block, all right? So you're going to follow your strategy on 1 day. It's Thursday, I'm following it today, all right? That's all I need to do is do it today. My morning session, I'm going to follow it today, this Thursday. I'm not worried about next week or a month or the 16th trade. I'm going to do it on Thursday. All right, so tick in the box if you do it, cross if you don't. Now you've got to Thursday, the end of the week, and you've done Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Now it's Friday. It's Friday. Now what I want you to do, you've got 1 block left. You've got 1 day left. All right, so you've got a decision to make. You take the day off for this first phase of the markets, of trading phases and blocks, or you trade for less time on Friday. So you need to just get through Friday morning session and you're done. I want you to have a cutoff. If you're in Europe, it's going to be 10 a.m. in the morning. You're done for the session, all right? Now, at the end of all these blocks that you've done, at the end of the week, I want you to look back and see whether you followed your trading strategy to the letter. All right, you're going to make mistakes, of course, we all do. But I want to see whether you tried your hardest to follow your trading strategy. You might have a cross in the box on Thursday. I don't know. But I want you to see what your results are. I want you to see how many points you made. All right, you might look at it as money, but I wanted you to see how many points you made. And then I want you to just look back at the data that you did that week and see whether you've done well, and then pat yourself on the back that weekend. And now, for the first time in probably a long time, you followed your trade strategy to the best of your ability for 1 week, guys. Now, I-type personalities, that would be an unbelievable achievement for you, all right, to follow your trade strategy for 1 week. then you start the next week. All right. So one Monday, one block. I'm just going to follow my strategy one day. Don't think about Tuesday. Don't think about 30 days time. Don't think about the 20 trades. All right. Overall, once you've done this for 20 trades, individual blocks like that, I only want you to think short term, not long term, because you want to control your behavior for one trading session. And for I-type personalities, if you looking at the end of the week, okay, or at the end of a month, it's too long for you. It doesn't motivate you. It doesn't drive dopamine. You need dopamine as well, though, to motivate you. You don't need low dopamine. That's going to be no good for you. I just want you to focus on one trading block. See if you can do it. And if you can't, then we need to be coached, guys. We need to talk, all right? And if you want to work with me and me to help you as a trader, then click on the description, give us a callback request, and we'll get in contact with you and we'll discuss what's been happening in your trading. Look, I hope it helps, guys. Share this video to anybody else that is struggling with your trading. You might have a mate that's really struggling as well. And anything to help you and them to become better traders. Because at the end of the day, I have no interest in you losing money. I would love you to make money as a trader. And remember, 70% of traders are losing money, according to the brokers' websites. Look at the small print. And what I'm going on now is a mission to change that, to make that number lower, all right, and make more winning traders. Speak to you soon. Take care.